Hey everybody, how are you doing? DJ Ronnie here with you, along with Simone Henry. Hey Simone, what's going on with you?
Hey,
All
I am
right.
good. I am good. It's been a good week. How about you?
Hey, it's been a blessed week for sure. Definitely, I can't complain. Yeah, this up and down weather, but so far, hey, spring is almost here. They say so. Hey, man,
Praise the Lord for that.
exactly, man. And
Gotten warmer here in Georgia, that's for sure.
oh yeah,
Praise
down in the southern tip. Okay, awesome. Well, hey, well, look, well, thank y'all so much for joining us here. Music Industry Makeover, man. You know what? This is how we actually started out. Hey, it's just the two of us right here. Man, 2 years ago, pretty much. Wow, awesome. Well, hey, and we're still here. God is good. Want to thank those who have become a sponsor and advertising with us. So if you're interested in doing that, make sure you go visit the musicindustrymakeover.com. It's under the umbrella of the Music Industry Networks LLC. So go visit musicindustrymakeover.com, the website, and see all the services that we have to offer and other great things that we have going on for sure. And again, if you would like to advertise on all our shows, so feel free to get in contact with us. All right. We'll be what kind of event it is, as long as Blacky Sauce is in the building, the food is going to be right. That's what I'm talking about. Order yours today. Yes, definitely. Okay, I want to thank those again who's been advertising with us, and for Lackey Sauce, I had my Krabby Fries today, man. Hey, I got to get them every now and then. Hey, Simone, if you know about them Krabby Fries, you gonna have to try it one day.
Krabby fries.
Krabby Fries is potatoes with crab meat on it, sauce, and a little celery or so here and there. I mean, I'm just like, wow.
And they don't have to make a vegetarian version for me.
Oh yeah, oh that's right. Yeah.
Crabs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Oh yes. Well, definitely. Again, for those artists out there, again, if you would like to get on or so, feel free to get in contact with us. All right. Hey, look, we're gonna be talking about marketing matters. Marketing matters, and for those who've been following the show, this is what we normally focus on when it comes to marketing and promotions. And so there's a lot of things that are changing within the music industry, and definitely, for example, even Clubhouse. So for those who have the Clubhouse app with iPhones, so like myself, man, people are starting to play music on there, even having listening sessions and things like that, parties. I'm like, wow, you know what?
It makes sense. It's an audio platform.
Audio, exactly. And I'm just like, man, you know, again, there's other things outside of radio to where you can get your music exposure and things. You know, we're here to let you know that you have choices out there. And I made a post about, again, you know, for when it comes to technology is basically almost kind of taking over. Or so it's getting rid of the middleman. Or so, and really, yeah, that's pretty much what it is doing. So, you know, it's eliminating the middleman. So it's like you could talk straight to your audience.
Absolutely.
And what better feeling, what better feedback, you know, than from the actual artist of who you are trying to reach out there. So again, Clubhouse is one of them, and a lot of other great things that are happening. But I want to definitely dive in to a major acquisition that just happened involving Jay-Z and Square. Okay. And so and actually basically Square is the one has acquired Tidal, the streaming Jay-Z's company, who's part owner of it. All right. And yeah, there it is right there. Again, acquires majority of titles, Jay-Z streaming service in $297 million deal. Now, that means something big is on the horizon here. All right, something big is on the horizon for a company like Square. Is a company that takes the credit card on your phone or so, and they also own Cash App.
Yeah, on Cash App, right.
So they're getting into the streaming service business or the music business per se. All right, that's a man. What do you?
Better for evil.
Huh? Man, well, I'm just like again, things are changing, things are happening in the music industry, and so you have to be aware of it, or you're going to drown in the sea of change.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What you think, Simone?
I'm not sure of the reason why they purchased it. Well, it says that they purchased a significant majority of it, so it's like they don't own the company outright.
Right.
So, but that is still a pretty significant purchase. What's interesting to me is that I heard that Square is, I heard some news about them a little while back when they were, some people were talking about how they were holding on to independent artists' money when they used Square to collect money for, merch purchases and CD purchases and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And Square was looking at them as if they were that they were suspect. And they were holding on to Indie's money because they were saying that they were suspect. And then now, a little while later, they're getting deeper into the music business by acquiring Tidal. I think that's pretty interesting. And I'm wondering if it's because are more major label artists looking at Tidal because of the sound quality? Are they looking at it as more of a place where you can, that's where major label music is being listened to and heard and and streamed, and are they paying more or less royalties than the other streaming services?
Right. Exactly.
Some questions to ask.
Well, I heard definitely Tidal is paying more, and so yeah, that makes sense. Hey, what's up, man? We got Kevin James joining us on here. Got a lot of feedback in the background. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Is it a lot of feedback? I don't. Why would it be?
I mean, not feedback, but I just hear some noise in the background there.
Oh, so. It's I took it off.
Okay, all right. It's better now.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's more than one device that's connected.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
And when you do, you end up with more with feedback coming off of one of them.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, while you get that situation, we got King David Jordan is in the house. How you doing there, brother? How you doing? Hey, man, we can't hear you, man. Yeah, he know.
There you go. I was muted. There it is.
All right, now turn your mic up a little bit more, and yeah.
All right, is that better?
No, not much.
No. All right, I don't want
to. Yeah, but yes, again, this is Music Industry Makeover. A little
to my mouth.
Yeah, bring it up to your mouth. Yeah, that will help.
There you go. All right, there you go. All right.
All right. Yes, sir. Definitely. Yes, on that awesome expensive mic. That thing, man. Yeah. Hey, this is King David Jordan. As I said, he's a record. A radio station owner. So, a matter of fact, and a TV owner as well. Tell us about yourself real quick, man. Let the audience know.
King David Jordan. I'm the CEO and founder of Jehovian Creative Group. What we work is kingdom advancement through media and multimedia. Right now, we have about four major. We're trying to become a conglomerate, but we have four major things that we do. We have our 92.3 The Heat, our radio station. Also, we have the Script TV, which is our it's going to be our music television station, and then Jehovah TV, which is our on demand website that we'll be launching on next month. So all these things are going, then our label. So we have a lot of things going on, and God is blessing.
Praise God. Awesome, man. Hey, that one of the industry executives that you definitely need to be in contact with. Okay, he's doing some great things. Hey, a good friend, brother, my man Kevin James, known him for a while. Hey, man, tell folks, man, what you're doing. Introduce yourself, brother.
I don't know if it's everything good. Can I talk? Is it all
man.
right?
Yeah, man. You good?
Better now.
It's all right now.
It's all right now.
All right. Well, my name is Kevin James. Right now, I'm putting together a lot of stations. A lot of internet stations are popping up. So I'm putting together a lot of stations.
Wow.
I'm currently doing a lot of marketing for a lot of your R&B artists right now. Don't get a lot of marketing from gospel artists, but R&B artists with marketing.
R&B, okay. Hey, as long as it's good music there, hey.
Yeah. And you get paid.
Hey, I would say those are facts for sure.
Facts. Yeah, that's facts. So, man, stop that. I heard you all talking about the Square.
Yes.
We have to realize that that's where the money is going to come from. If we're talking about getting money from music, it's going to come from streaming. So everybody wants a piece of it.
Right.
Everybody. So yeah. So them buying that, just imagine they probably gonna, just imagine the money they're gonna make off of that. 200 million that they brought it for.
Right, $297 million deal.
So because that's where the business, that's where the music industry is right now. The stream.
Yeah, they're seeing the value in it.
Right.
Which also it goes back to how marketing matters. That's with the subject.
Sure.
Subject or so. Yeah, you have to truly market your stuff. Market your music, get it out there. There's no bypassing the process.
Yeah, and a lot of people have to understand that it's not about the music anymore like it used to be. A lot of artists, they really have to understand that. Not to say that you don't have to make great music, because you do have to make great music, but the brand is more important than the music itself.
There you go. Exactly. They have to like you, know, like, and trust.
Trust. Yeah.
Right.
That's more important right now than anything.
Definitely. Come on now. Hey, King David, man, what you want to say about this right here, man, and the importance of marketing as well? Oh man, your mic is muted, bro.
So I can make sure I hear every. I can try to keep the noise from the background so I can make sure I hear everything. I think it's very telling. First, I think we have to talk about insight and business insight and knowing what the trends are. And I think Jay-Z was ahead of the times when he saw the trends of music going into a certain direction with Apple, with Spotify, different things. And he jumped on Tidal, which really was an affordable purchase for him or investment for him.
Right.
And now to sell it for $297 million just shows, being ahead of the curve is often what changes or makes you dynamic. A lot of times we like to follow the trend, but what we do is if you look at the trend and you study the trend, and then you trying to find out where you go next. And I think that's where a lot of artists get in trouble, because they stay with the trend and they're only focused on what's going on right now, and they're not trying to make the proper adjustments for the future.
Exactly.
That's a good thing right there. I like what he was talking about the trends of the future. And I have always studied, and if anyone knows me and been knowing me for a while, I've always, anytime I studied the music industry, I've always studied the music industry at least 5 years out. I don't study on what is going on right now. I study on what can happen after this. That's where I have always studied. That's the way I learned the music industry, and that's the way I've always, that's how I curve business. I talk about what is going on 5 years from now. not what's going on now.
And it's a proven track record. So with you, but also with others. So because, for example, I had an interview recently with the owner of Grape Tree Records, a Christian hip hop label, and he said, awesome. "Thank you so much." And again, his main thing is that he did not shift, he did not pivot, and all because he was still stuck with CDs. Like, oh yeah, man, we're gonna be all right. And they was telling them 5 years before that MP3s were coming, and it's just like, oh, well, hey, I'll be all right. And so now it's like he had to shut down because folks weren't buying CDs. So I mean, hey, you know, they had the choice between $15.99 or free. You know, so it's like, I mean, so again, study the music industry, you know, or else, you know, you're going to drown in the sea of change, and we don't want that to happen to you.
Yes.
Again, any artists, if you have any questions out there, so feel free to definitely get in contact with us. So leave a comment or a question. That's what the Music Industry Makeover is here for. What's up, Mr. GP? Hey, how you doing, man? He says, I never follow trends. That's a big no-no. Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
Because if you really remember when Jay-Z bought Tidal in 2017, a lot of people thought that was a bad investment. So the $200 million that he made in 2017, and then now to sell it for $297 million in 2021, you know, that's a huge, that's almost $100 million surplus that he got from selling Tidal.
Only a third of the company. That's 33% of the company is the 297.
Right.
And he's on the board with Square now. So now you know, not only did he sell and get some money for that, he's also now has a job opportunity. So
that's
awesome.
There's a lot of artists that is invested in that. So you know, some people's gonna make some money off of that. A lot of artists invested into Tide also. So
now earlier when we got on, we were talking about the consumption of music and how people to where showing you there's options where you can get your music heard out there. And I mentioned Clubhouse, and King, I think you may know about this, how people are having listening parties and listening sessions on Clubhouse and things, man. And again, that's another opportunity or trend that's happening because it's an audio platform, as Simone says. You know,
I think right now, if you're an artist or if you're any type of entrepreneur, any label, managers, producer, anything dealing with creative, Clubhouse is the place for you. Now, don't get it twisted; it still has social media content on there.
Right.
But when it comes to networking, when it comes to meeting new artists, getting new content, getting new music, that it's been advantageous for me. I know for myself, thousands of people I've come in contact with. It's opened up my business now, where I really didn't see a lot of profit in producing, but now that I've been on Clubhouse, and shout out to my man Terrell Varnes, Mr. C2K, Mr. Tibbs, those guys who came
C2K,
right. And see, I was fortunate because the great legendary DJ Wade O was the one that invited me into Clubhouse. So he saw something. I appreciate the fact that he saw something in me to say, okay, let's give him an opportunity to get in. And I just felt like, you know, when you get in there, you have to be responsible. And I've been trying to be responsible with the fact that he saw favor in me in that. But if you're not on Clubhouse, get on there. I have some invites.
I do
invite
too.
Only.
Yeah. And again, I want to thank King David Jordan. He went in and invited me on there. And things. Right. So again, hey, I want to share the love. So hey, if you got to get an iPhone, you just go ahead and get me.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is.
Well, they're hoping. This is the thing, though. Clubhouse, and we're talking about seeing the future.
It's about to open up.
Right. Clubhouse is about to open up, and you're going to look at, they're projecting about 100 million people been on Clubhouse. So with those projections, crazy projections that they're talking about doing when they open up for Android, this is really a good place to be in right now.
And they're about to do that. They're about to open it.
All right, Mr. GP says, what are your thoughts on the merch Tide to expand with your music sales? That's a good question. What are your thoughts on merchandise Tide to expand with your music sales?
It has to be.
Do it.
No doubt.
Because
if you're not doing that, you're not going to.
Right. Music is practically free now.
Free. Yeah.
Nobody has to pay you for your music anymore.
That's right.
So you need to expand what it is you're offering to your fans in order to make money. So of course you can sell your music, but you really have to build up such a great relationship with your fans and such a that close connection with your fans, so that if they do buy your music, it's because they love you so much and they want to support you because they don't have to.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's out there on streaming.
So you got to have merch.
Well, and then also, and we've said this before, create acoustic versions, instrumental versions, dance versions, that kind of stuff that doesn't go on streaming, that's only for your fans, and have people buy that. So that expands your offerings as well.
People right now, artists are selling not just T-shirts; they are selling educational courses.
I've seen that.
Look at what who is it? Kiara Shear.
Yep.
She had a brand new record, but she don't talk about the record. She talk about this other adventure that she's doing, trying to tell you how to get to save your money or whatever.
Credit
stuff. So they're using they're using their fan base to sell whatever they can sell.
There you go. Hey, go ahead, King.
I think it's important for artists to understand that we talk. I'm a Christian. I'm Kingdom music, so I use a lot of Kingdom advantages and different things of that nature. I think as an artist, to understand talents and growing talents. Right. So, doubling what you have. So if you start with music, when you get done, you should have it should be going so much farther than just music. Your vision should be much farther. I know when I started Jehovian, everybody thought I was just doing music production, but no, my vision was much farther to see it. Now we're able to come out with our own sneaker, which is the De Jour 4 that drops next month. So,
what own sneaker? What? Okay.
Yeah, our own sneaker, the De Jour 4. So this is my second sneaker. Hold on, I might have my first one.
Oh wow.
I've been wearing this one, so y'all got excuse me, but this is my first official sneaker. This is my De Jour. This is the one. This is my first official sneaker. So, and another thing you can do is be very, and I love my sneaker, man. I've been wearing it, so y'all got excuse me. I don't have a demo. I don't want to get up and go get my demo one, but this is my first official sneaker. I love it. This is my first one that I designed myself. I was able to become a designer with a lot of shoes, and this is my first design, all red, covered by the blood. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. So
love it.
So what you're doing is you use your merch or your product. This is the thing. Normally, if you're doing music, it's some type of, if you're a visionary, you have some type of message, right? So once you get your product, you link that message to your product. So if your product is the future of music, then I'm going to sell merch that has something to do FOM. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I'm gonna have some type of product where I can put with that and even package it with my music, so I can expand the price of the music. Right? Go ahead. I think you just got someone.
Absolutely. Well, that's concise and consistent branding. You
right.
Have a message, and that message is consistent across your offerings. The music, the sneakers, the T-shirts, the headbands, the whatever. You may use a different lyric on each of the things, but you put it all together. Maybe it tells a story.
Right.
Man, that's awesome. Which again, we're showing you how the music industry is changing. It's more than just rushing to get your music on radio. Okay.
Yeah, and I've talked about that for years. I've always, one of the things that I used to say all the time is, it's more than music. I used to say that all the time. Yeah. It's more than music. It's not the 70s or the 80s anymore.
I feel like Master P.
It's more than that.
Yeah, go ahead, show it, man.
Joe Kia, she really came out with her own clothing line to go along with certain.
Oh, really? She came out with her own clothing line, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, let me show you the coolest part of it, though. Let me show you the coolest.
Wow, that is awesome.
This is how you know the official. This is the official shoe. You actually have the picture with the tongue. And
her clothing line is doing pretty good. So they got that clothing line. They got backpacks and everything. So
man, see again. Wow! It shows again. You are the brand. You are a business. All right. Music is just part of who you are. Okay. As an artist, definitely yes. I mean that is dope for sure.
Yeah, because you,
And these are for sale. You can't go to our site at DeJoy.com. I'll put the link up, y'all. If you go on my
Man,
webpage, I'll put the link. And these are for sale. They are for sale right now.
man, I wish you had told me earlier. I definitely would have put up there. Yeah, I definitely would get a pair, man. May not them red, but man, just give me that black though. Hey.
I got you.
Hey, speaking on music consumption in today's time, music videos are the go-to for me. This is what GP is saying. Now, making shorter music video clips have proven to be exactly. Making shorter video clips have proven to be successful because people's attention span are kind of getting short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? And it's the social media platforms are driving that.
Yes.
What's interesting is that even on LinkedIn, which is a platform that was designed for people looking for jobs, people running businesses and wanting to meet clients and that kind of thing like that, they even limit video clips to 10 seconds on LinkedIn of all places. That sounds to me like something that is really relegated to TikTok, but it's not. Also on LinkedIn. So if you can keep your message short and sweet, or tell a story across several 15-second videos, because people's attention span, you can't keep people's attention span for longer with
good content,
with the short videos, but a series of short videos.
Right. Right, exactly. And again, it's some great content that people are interested in, and yes, I mean, because you're fighting for the attention of the consumer.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yes.
Not to know who you're fighting. A lot of artists don't know who they're actually going after. That's another thing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't know who you're going after, then you don't know how to talk to them, and that is huge. Knowing how to talk to the people that you're going to. You can't go after everybody in the United States.
Right.
No.
I'm working with an artist now, and we're using the Facebook tools that are available to find out what her fans would be interested in, so that it's easier for her to target people who would most likely like her music. So depending on her artist influences and the people who are interested in those artists. And then we find out what else are they interested in? What books are they reading? What TV shows are they watching? What barbershops are they going to? All that kind of stuff. Because your fans are interested in more than just music. So you have the opportunity to talk to them about more than your music. And if you're able to talk to them about more than their music, talk to them in a language they understand, they're more likely to have a connection with you and want to stick with you and not just listen to your music, but also want to support you and buy what you have to offer and stick with you for the long haul.
And that's that KLT factor, all right. Once they get to know you and you're talking to them more than just about music, they'll more than likely purchase anything because they like you. They see value.
Right. Yeah. And people just have to stop. A lot of artists I see. I'm not going to pick on gospel artists here, but
go for it.
I'm not picking. I don't want nobody to say you just picking on gospel artists, but I see a lot of gospel artists. They go for the sale. That's the first thing they go for. Go and download my music and hear. That's the first thing, and that's the biggest turn off of all.
That's very good. That's good information. I mean, again, we're not talking at you. All right, we're talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's how you say it and things. And again, it's all about knowledge. Yes, a lot of y'all just don't know.
No,
right. But again, if you see industry professionals taking out their time, hey, Kente, to help you or so. Again, we're not talking at you. We are talking to you. We want to see you succeed and go through the process. You cannot skip the process.
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, King.
No, I agree. I think when you're trying to build a fan base, like Ms. Simone said, when you're trying to build a fan base, they want to get to know you, your music, but they also want to get to know you now. Now, back in the day, we could be a little bit mysterious. Back in the day, we could, not be as in front, but in the social media era, now they really want to know who you are more than just what your music are. They want to know what's your lifestyle, what you live. When I work with curators every day, and they're talking about Instagram, and I think we was talking about that this week, Ron, about Instagram, and I was telling some of the guys, I was like, listen, man, you got to stop doing the stop all the gang stuff, because they want to know they have an artist. If you're an artist, they want to know you're an artist more than you're a gang, right? So they want to be able to, because you got to remember, labels and people that are even people down to the fans are invested in you, and they're invested in your art, right? So they're investing in you. So they're looking for something from you. If you're a Christian artist, if you're a secular artist, they're looking for something from you that drew something from you that drew them to your page and to your social media platforms. Now they want to see what that is. So it's always important to kind of make sure you have that professional. Have fun. It's all right to kind of show a little bit. In social media, have fun. But they want to see what you are about.
Gotcha. GP had a question about why is it a turnoff or so forth when they're talking about selling and everything, and I think that Simone answered it's a turnoff because social media is meant to be social, and if all you do is ask people to buy your music without actually having a conversation with them, they get turned off. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because that's what social media is pretty much for. And nobody wants to be around somebody who's always trying to sell something. Yeah, go ahead.
Not in this day and time, no way. In this day and time, we think people think different. That's another one of the problems that we have. We don't find out how the consumer operates.
That's good.
We have to find out how they operate. What make them move? What make them buy this product? People don't look into that. But when you're doing real business, you look into what makes the consumer move. If you take two Walmarts, if I take one Walmart and I put it in the hood, and I take the other Walmart and I put it in a richer neighborhood. If you look into both of them Walmarts, they're going to have different products to actually match where they're at.
Come on now, because they know their audience.
Right, because the demographics, that's how they put product into the store. So it's the same thing with an artist and a fan, because a fan is a consumer.
Right.
Man, well said, Kevin. And again, I can take a step further to that, to where, like, in regions, if I go to a Walmart in Virginia, when it comes to college football, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. Well, they're not going to have Miami stuff up there. They don't have Virginia Tech stuff up there. You know what I'm saying? Because of the area. So that's what, and really you have to jump on that frequency, as Simone was saying, when it comes to your consumers. WIIFM, what's in it for me? That's the station that you need to be tuned in on. All right, because that's what the consumers are asking. What's in it for me if I'm giving you this money or so? All right.
Yeah. I think selling over social media, you have to be you kind of have to be wise, right?
Wise.
And be not be as like you said.
Because
I tried it. I tried coming and just selling. And I saw that, hey, if we just sell, people lose interest because they think, hey, this is they come here to look at an ad or something like that. So you have to be wise in how you do it and how you sell. Like the movie theaters. When you go to the movie theaters, you're there to watch a movie, but before you get there, before they come, you're right. They tell you turn your phone off, and then before it comes to the preview, you see this big old Coke. You see this buttery popcorn. Yeah. You just spent $15.99. I just spent $40 at the movie because you just see some Coke in the pocket. Like, I think I want something to drink right now.
Exactly.
So I think those are. I think that's kind of how you have to move in that subliminal message, as in, hey, if I'm making a TikTok video, if I'm making a video, you hear my music in the background, but then you also see me with my T-shirt, with my product on my T-shirt, right? You also see, me wearing my things. So subliminally, be like, you know what, that's kind of tight. I like those shoes. Where you get them from? And then at the end, if you get them to go to the end, that's when you flash the jour. You know what I'm saying? That's when you flash the project.
You know who was good at that? I'm not telling my age, but it might tell. But I don't know. They probably still do. If anyone remember the salesman that used to go door to door selling vacuum cleaners, he used to come into the house, and what he did was first he'll let you get to know who he was, introduce himself. Then he'll start talking to you. You just started rambling, talking, so you can get to like him. Oh, he talks so nice. And then he comes off with the sale pitch. He don't just say, listen, I'm selling this vacuum cleaner and I just no. He gets to know you. He gets to, so you can get to know who he is. Then he'll sneak in the sale pitch. And you see what I'm saying? And that's how it's done today.
Well, it goes to show you that there's nothing new under the sun. All right. So it's all coming back around. Yeah, man. That's that Kirby vacuum guy.
Right. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those some good vacuum cleaners back there.
Yes, they are. They are. So, and this is the same things that people have to use to this right now. And then that we're talking about artists, the artist has to do the same thing. They have to do the same exact thing.
There you go. Hey, Rip, again, this is Music Industry Makeover podcast. If you want have any questions or comments that you would like for us to answer, feel free, again, because we're talking about marketing matters. And I want to shift gears real quick to there was an article earlier concerning SoundCloud. All right, anybody remember SoundCloud?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so, hey, they will pay independent artists based on listeners, not streams, but listeners. On listeners.
And that's a more that's an easier way of actually being able to calculate how much money they're going to pay you, because you know how much money they're going to pay per fan. And you know, if you have a goal or something, you know how many fans you need to have on that platform in order to get paid.
And Simone, you said something earlier. So, and King, we're gonna go to you. You said something earlier in a private chat. It was like, want to eliminate that. What kind of listeners?
Well, they're hedging their bets, right? Because rather than paying for streams, they're paying by the number of fans. So that means that an artist who has that one fan is gonna be, who's gonna put your song on repeat all night long on mute, you ain't gonna get paid for that.
You ain't gonna get paid. There you go. That's it.
Right?
You gotta have
one fan.
That's it. That's it. That's the reason.
100 times in one night.
That's the reason why they went there. You're right, Timon. That's the reason why, because of the way the streaming thing is gone. They got robots doing all of the screaming, and people have made so much money from it, they're gonna stop it. The next thing that is coming out, and I don't know if everybody know about it or not, but Billboard is gonna have a chart that is gonna be for Facebook.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that.
Views from a video you put up, they're gonna rank you on how many views you get.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it tells me something else, and I was talking to Mr. Harris about it. That it tells me, I hate to say this, but truth is truth. It's gonna put a foot in internet radio, because they are actually they're showing you something that internet radio is not valuable to them. Internet radio has to become more valuable. Because they're showing right now that they're not.
Now, King brought up a good point. Yeah, Kevin, did you hear that? How do you suggest that we bring the value to internet radio?
Better programming, number one, and better marketing.
I agree, definitely, especially with that marketing. Yeah,
better programming, better marketing. We have a lot of people that is doing internet radio who has no idea about radio.
Right. Yeah.
So without that, the value is not going to be there. You got a lot of people charging artists for spins to get them on top of a chart that means nothing to them. But move on back to the marketing part.
Yeah, hey, King, go ahead, man. What you about to say?
That makes sense.
I wanted to speak on the. I think that's a huge. Let's be honest. I think that's a huge mistake by SoundCloud. I think that because what it does is once artists figure out that this is really not advantageous towards the artist at all, right? And the main supplier of SoundCloud is the artist, right?
Yeah.
So if you're saying, hey, we're not gonna pay you per stream, and Spotify, where you have the DSPs that are paying you per stream, and it may not be as are paying you for stream, then that kind of shifts. That tells me as a label owner to tell my artists take your music off SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? For us to understand.
Well,
and really, Audio Mac has kind of, for the younger generation, Audio Mac has kind of taken the place of SoundCloud. But the issue with Audio Mac is Audio Mac doesn't pay any royalties either. So those are issues.
I think SoundCloud is doing a good thing, and I think paying by the number of listeners you have rather than per stream for an artist is a better measure of success, because you can say, I have so many fans and I'm getting so much. When you have fans who are willing to be on SoundCloud and they're listening to your music and whatnot, I think that's a more truer marker of success.
It is.
I agree with that. Yeah, for the measurement of it.
It's being paid per fraction of a penny per stream.
Go ahead, King.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing when I was just finished talking about internet radio and artists paying these station owners to get on top of the chart. That really is not true success. The record might not be good, but you done pay so much money to these people that it's putting you at the top of the chart, even though your music isn't good. And SoundCloud, yes. Far as Spotify goes, let me say, as far as Spotify is locking in on these robotic screens also.
Yeah.
In fact, you can go in the back office and you can kind of tell when they're robotic because it tells you where the screens are coming from.
Right.
So when they're coming from an unknown source, it says others.
That's right. Of GP.
You know what I mean? So
you're getting 100 different streams all from the same IP address.
Right. Yeah. It detects it.
Yeah.
With Spotify. Yeah, Spotify detects it. So
they're cracking.
Hey, go ahead.
SoundCloud doing this thing.
Hey, real quick, King was going to say something. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah.
I was just saying that it is a great measuring stick for different artists in that situation, but majority of the times when you have a company, man, you about the bottom line, you about that money, right?
Right.
So you about making a profit.
No doubt.
Right. So you're making a profit. And I'm saying with them not counting the streams, come on, streams will be more. And they haven't said they're going to up the pay per listener. They're paying the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. So they're paying the same thing per listener that they're paying per stream. So if they're not going to up the pay per listener that you have per stream, the artist, I'm speaking from the artist perspective, from the label perspective, and that perspective, they're going to lose money, right? And I think that's why I said that's an issue, and that's going to be an issue for artists once labels and artists figure out that, hey, they're losing money. We're losing money by being on Spotify. Being on SoundCloud. With SoundCloud, like I said, Audio Mac is taking for the younger generation. Audio Mac is taking a very big chunk of the SoundCloud demographic, and I think you'll see more artists moving towards Audio Mac, especially if Audio Mac decides to start paying some type of residual to the artist.
But do you think that with SoundCloud, and I do understand where you come from too, but they have to also protect their interests because they'll be losing a whole lot of money. They ain't making them billions like Spotify is. SoundCloud don't make that type of money.
That's real.
So,
That's good.
so they're going to be losing a whole lot of money if you get robotics to come in and get all these screens. So here it is, you coming up with a $200 million bill. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. We can't pay this. So we got to do something. Something is not right. So they probably looked and found out it was a glitch, and it's time to get rid of that, or we're gonna go out of business.
So I think Instagram has done that also too.
Spotify themselves, they only like just recently started making a profit, in all these years. Even with their streaming platform and with all these subscribers paying $10 a month, they only recently started making a profit, and that was because they introduced podcasts and sponsored podcasts, having these companies come in and pay
Correct
their ads being broadcast in all these different people's podcasts. That's when Spotify started making money. They weren't making money. I mean, they weren't making they were making money, but they weren't making a profit before. But of course, maybe their CEO was paying himself too much. Who knows?
And that's possible,
That's what happens.
But again, from what I'm hearing, again, based on this conversation, and again, those who are listening, it's and again, Simone said it earlier, music is pretty much free now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you should not depend upon your music sales for you to be making money. Yes, you'll make money, but there's other avenues for you to make money. Like my man Nolly Williams said, an artist has 7 ways of making money. All right, and a record label only has 1 way. Okay, so again, diversify yourself, expand, pivot.
You have to.
Artists, I think, depend too much on Spotify, SoundCloud, Tidal, and Apple, and all these other platforms, where they don't really have control over what they get paid, how their music is displayed. Their music gets played, and then all these other artists are being suggested to your listener. When really, why don't you set up your website, optimize it, and send your people to your own site? Make sure they can actually listen to your song, make sure they can watch your video there, and then make sure they can buy your stuff on your site, where you get almost 100%. You have to pay the credit card charges or whatever, but other than that, the money is yours.
One of the biggest things right now with what you were saying, Simone, that artists, as far as Spotify goes, like you said, they put that music up there, but they don't even have a fan base to even really depend on Spotify. Because if you don't have that proper fan base, you're not even going to be successful on Spotify.
Right.
There you go.
So you have to, before you even talking about thinking about you dependent on Spotify, no, you have to build on the outside of Spotify first before you can talk about being successful on Spotify.
Definitely, yes. And Spotify is not even a social platform, and so
right. So you're not going to be. No one is looking for it.
Here's another interesting dilemma that I have seen with an artist I was working with. His music was kind of, because of his name, it was being kind of entangled with somebody else's music. So he went to CD Baby and they untangled a couple of his songs, but not all of them. The problem with that is, and that's fine on Spotify. The problem is everybody talks about Spotify, but guess what? YouTube Music has doubled the amount that they've been paying out over the last year.
Huge.
So everybody's talking about Spotify, but nobody talks about all of the other different streaming services there are out there that artists need to pay attention to and make sure that they are straight on all these other platforms too.
Right.
Because not everybody is on Spotify.
Nope.
Not everybody's on. No, exactly.
And Simone hit it on the head. YouTube pays more than all of them.
So whatever platform it is, you have to build up your fan base, draw people to
Yeah, I don't
you.
care how. Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta do it.
again, and I like what my man Chili Baby from the Gospel Gangsters. He's only putting his album on his own website. He's not putting it on Spotify or any other streaming site. He's putting it on his website and promoting it from there. So again, there's a nugget for you all, for you artists out there.
Can I play the? Go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
okay.
ahead.
I'm going to say this one thing. I think it's admirable that he is driving traffic to his website. However, I do think it's important to be on all these other sites as well. Why? Because music listeners are going to Spotify, they're going to YouTube Music, they're going to Apple Music, they're going to Deezer, they're going to all these different places. And you want to be found there.
Yeah.
Even if you're not driving traffic there, but if people are listening to music there, you want to be found there.
Yeah.
And then people are, they discover you, if they happen to discover you there, you know, make sure your profile is set up and you can bring them back to your site where you can control the rest of their experience with you and the rest
That's
of the
good.
relationship with you.
I think,
And it's another stream of income.
yes, it is. And I think for artists, from the artist perspective, the reason why Spotify is considered one of the probably the top one right now for music is because especially when you're dealing with DSPs, I think that the reason is because of the playlist, right? So getting on a popular playlist often opens up a lot of doors for you to get streams or get noticed from a lot of people that did not. Now you gotta get on official ones because everybody has a playlist these days. But there's some good playlists that can actually be the ones that get you open and get those doors open for you that would possibly not see or not hear you. Right, so if you're on a playlist with Drake or somebody like that, and you're a new artist, or a playlist with Lecrae if you're a Christian artist, and you get on those type playlists where you got Lecrae and Mineo and the big top artists playing their records, then that opens up a door for a lot of listeners that didn't know who you are now to listen to your music. So that's why it's very important not to not get on the DSPs. I think what we're trying to say is don't rely on them. Don't let that be the only thing that you focus on.
Yeah,
Have your own thing going on too. Have your own website. Have your Bandcamp open, or have those things that will pay you more residual towards yourself. And then two, I do like being on the website because you get to name your price on the website, right? So you get to decide what's the value of your music rather than Spotify, one of the DSPs deciding what's the value of your music.
Yeah, but the main thing with that, if you're not on Spotify and you depend on your website, you have to do big time marketing.
Yes.
Because people don't buy music no more. I don't care what the deal is. What Ron was saying in the beginning, if you don't have that KLT, it's not gonna happen. You can put it on your website, but people will go there, they won't buy it.
There you go.
They won't buy it. They'll go back to Spotify and they'll find an artist who's similar to you and scream their music all day. You have to be on Spotify. You have to be.
Apple, YouTube, all the
Yeah. And them playlists cost a big hunk of money to get on.
Well, they're having now. If you go if you're on Clubhouse, they're having if you don't have Clubhouse, they're having actual contest to actually get you on playlist. I know I came in and I was surprised. I was able to put a song on that was a Christian song, a Christian hip hop song, and one of the biggest hip hop playlists was like, "Yo, we love that. That's on there." You know what I'm saying? And then I instantly saw growth in those numbers when we was on that big playlist with one of the big artists from the West Coast. But I think they're doing things like that on Clubhouse where they're actually listening and putting people on playlists,
listening to your music,
right? And they give you a Pandora and different things like that.
and again, and in some of those rooms, it's about 200 or 300 people up in there. You know what I'm saying? Listening to your music. So that's why I say, there's other avenues of getting your music out there. You have to go out and actively seek them. Do your due diligence. Okay. Yes, radio is it's fine. There is a need for it, but again, to me, as I've said, it's the last resort. It's let radio come find you. Don't let that be the first line of defense. Okay.
No, we have to understand that more people are on these social media platforms than it is listening to radio.
Exactly. I mean,
which one is the most important?
You know, where are your listeners? Where's your target audience? Okay.
And you have to understand another thing. You get to radio. I wish some of these people could see these charts. You get one spin at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you get two spins, and that's at 3 o'clock and one at 1 o'clock. You're not getting prime time real estate.
Yeah.
You got to pay for that. But again, that's another talk show.
Yeah, that's some.
I mean, there are advantages. If you're trying to get your music on, I would definitely. Now the great thing is we're talking about internet radio. Now they have opened the doors for internet radio to be BDS reporting stations, right? So what they're doing that now is very, very important that you find these stations. I know my friend is on WBP, Marcel McManus Radio, different stations, even 92.3. We're working towards getting that official reporting situation where we're actually able to be a BDS reporting station. So you're starting. That's one thing that's happening with a lot of internet radio stations is that we're becoming BDS reporting station. So we're able to affect the Billboard charts, which could also be another method of promotion.
No. I hate to. I have to disagree. Not disagree, but I have to say no to what you said. You do not affect Billboard charts. Internet radio do not affect it. And I program a lot of internet radio stations. In fact, I've been a program for
a long time. Yeah,
yeah, for a long time. But I see these charts. I have access because I have to use it. I use it for R&B. I have to have it. Do gospel internet radio is affecting Billboard? No, them numbers don't even count. Them numbers are just there so that they can make money off of these stations for $4,000 a year. So what these stations has to do in return is they have to charge the artists for spins to make sure they make enough money so that they can pay BDS. It don't make sense to me, but I mean, hey, that's their business. That's the way they run it.
So it's the promise of being on the charts, but you're not actually going to get there.
You're not on no Billboard chart, no, but you can get on the chart. I hate to even talk about this subject because it makes me. Oh Lord.
Well, you know the truth will make you free, right?
I've seen stations that playing an artist 200 times a week. How do an artist get 200 spins a week? Come on. These people see this. No, these people see it. They're not going to allow internet radio, gospel internet radio, to come and be a part of Billboard because of that. The programming ain't right. You got stations with 200 spins, 100 spins. Who'll get 100 spins during a week? Not even your big name artists. So
that's
have to.
Yeah, that's blatant manipulation right there.
That's right.
We just heard this morning today. Like I said, that's why it's important to be in some of these rooms. We just heard from Lionel P, who's also a factor. Give props to Rockland out of Atlanta, who has a internet radio station, as a BDS radio station that talks about the number and the fact that he spent this record and the numbers that he got on BDS and how that helped push his album to actually chart. So these BDS stations, the internet BDS station, is new. I agree. It is a new venture, and it may not be, a feasible. Mr. James, and I understand. So I am. Listen now, I am bowing to your infinite wisdom, right? So I'm the basis of all things infinite wisdom. But they are BDS stations that are reporting to Billboard, and something's going to break in. Listen to me now. Something's going to break in the next few months. I can't say what's gonna happen, but when it happens, I'm gonna come back on the show and I want you to be here now. I want you to be here with that same smile. I'm gonna have a big old smile face. Say, I tried to tell you that what was going down. You know what I'm saying? I tried to give you info.
What's the guy's name that you just mentioned?
Lionel B. He's one of the. Lionel
What's
B.
his name? Marcel. What's his name? Marcel
McManus. Right.
I want you to tell him you was on there with Kevin James and see. Oh,
hey, he was just on here.
He was just on here.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, he know who I am.
Right.
Down in Georgia. Down in Georgia, right?
Right. He's at Albany. That's my brother. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So no, these internet radio stations are not affecting Billboard. No, they're not. These numbers do not go. You got PT, the gospel spitter, right now. He got 922 spins for the week. Them spins did not go towards Billboard. No, they did not.
Hey, now there's no BDS in California, Leo says, and he's in California.
There's no BDS in California. That's
no BDS. What gospel station?
I guess I'm thinking
it got to be. It has to be gospel. There are.
But it's not a minute. There's hardly any gospel stations in California.
Yeah. So, but there's some BDS R&B stations and so forth up in California.
Right.
So all right. So let's clarify. Are you saying there are no BDS internet stations?
No.
You said there's no BDS station that report to. Billboard. You said there are no.
There's no BDS station that is reporting to Billboard. No.
Okay, Leo.
gospel stations.
But there are BDS stations that are internet stations.
Internet, yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. I think it's how many? Let me count it for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Again, it's all about value and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them.
Yeah, it's not many. It's not very many. It's a very new thing.
It's like 30 something. It's like 30 something. But they're not. Listen, they're not doing it. They're not doing it right.
Got you.
Okay. They're trying to make money through it. They're not doing it legit. Even though terrestrial radio, for real, you pay to be on there also. But these people are manipulating the charts. You got this one station giving this man 111 spins. Well, when these chart people see this, they like, oh man, they ain't serious. They, you know what I mean? They manipulate the charts.
Well, it's all a game. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we're pretty much out of time, man. That done went by quick, man.
I know, right? I want to do a part 2 with you guys.
Yeah. Hey, we got to do definitely another part 2 on this and now, because again, well, thank y'all so much for joining us. All right, again, I think Kevin, James,
no doubt, man.
David Jr.
God bless, man.
Definitely. Hey, aliveshoes.com. Hey, if y'all want to go check out King David shoes. All right, if you want to purchase them. Hey, there it is. Yeah.
What is it?
It's aliveshoes.com/brand du jour.
Yeah, definitely, man. And so
hit me up on social media, man. Hit me up on social media.
Yes.
I would love to pick your brain, sir. Let's have some dialogue. That'd be great.
Hey, what's up, Gary? Great. Hey, he says the key to marketing is finding a core base and adjusting your plan to them. Exactly. Hey, matter of fact, hey, Gary, man, we're gonna have your son on here because his son, with no radio play, has been been in the top 10 or so on the charts or so. Bryson Gray.
Selling.
Yeah. Again, he's making some waves. So yes, it got to be a part 2 for sure.
That was a good one, Garrett. Key to marketing is finding a core base and adjusting your plan to it. That's why you do a test marketing first. You do test marketing first, and then you put out heavy. But you test first, and then you put it. Exactly.
Hey, don't forget to check out shamusic.com for sure. All right, this Miss Simone Henry. She got some great things going on over there. So go visit her website and so. And then you can go ahead and find me. Go visit my Linktree. If you know about Linktree, get on DJ Roddy Ron. You can see all the links and platforms that I have going on as well. Because again, we We want to help you all go to the next level. Let's build relationships and go visit the musicindustrymakeover.com, musicindustrymakeover.com. All right. And again, this is up under the umbrella of the Music Industry Networks. So again, without further ado, we want to thank you all so much. Ladies first, Simone, any last words you want to say to the people?
Take action and never give up.
No doubt.
That's
I
what's
like
up.
that.
Awesome.
I like
Hey, Kevin James, go ahead, bro.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Simone. I like that.
All right.
I
All
have
right.
to go with Simone. I'm gonna have to go with Simone.
All right. All right. Cool. See,
No doubt. I like that.
Yeah, definitely add these guys.
That's
All
awesome.
right. King David Jordan, what's going on, bro?
Hey man, I appreciate everybody happy. I appreciate Miss Simone the Queen in here, and I appreciate the King. Mr. Kevin James in the building, man. It's an honor to be among such greatness. And running. I always appreciate you too, sir, for the greatness
Likewise.
that you're doing. So
Yeah,
thank you for the
thank
platform.
you. Hey, all of y'all, I appreciate it. Again, this is Music
And the
Industry
listeners,
Makeover.
thank you guys so much.
Yes, listeners and viewers,
Thank you,
thank you
man.
so much. All right, you all have a
Thank
blessed one. Be safe out there, okay? And remember, you matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine, all right? God bless you. Be safe. Yep.
God bless.
Just give me the music, give me the music.